Okay. Throws the triangle on. Boom, locks it in. Now, especially when you get to that angle, you know it's tight. If you're the referee, that angle, you got problems. Now he takes him off his legs, and he's out.
What are you looking at?
Right there. He's out. He's already out. He's out.
John, I want to know what the fuck he is looking at.
He's looking at someone who's out.
I don't understand.
Right there.
His body's convulsing. That's how long he's been out. His body's convulsing.
That's right. That's what the jerking is. Now the guy switches to an arm bar.
He's out.
He's out. He's unconscious, but the arm bar wakes him up because the choke's been off, and now he's back. But his arm's getting dislocated. And I'm not going to touch it because God knows I don't realize that I can stop it when his arm's dislocated. So now he's got to tap. He actually tapped after being choked out and having his elbow popped. That's when that referee stopped it. Again, you take a look and you go, who are you putting in that cage? If they don't know what they're looking at, what are you thinking? Here's the other part that I found out from this fight. The corner was screaming
Colin Oyama.
Screaming at the frickin' inspector to stop the fight. I want the fight stopped. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. My guy's out. Stop the fight. Inspector tells him, shut up. Stay down. Doesn't stop the fight. He throws a water bottle. He doesn't have a towel. Throws a water bottle into the thing. They didn't stop the fight.
I would have jumped the fence and I would have kicked the fucking ref's ass. I would have jumped the fence and the first person I would have run over is that frickin' referee. I would have kicked his ass. If that was my fight, I would have jumped the fence and beat the fuck out of him right there on the spot.
Now this is okay, but this is where and see,
John,
now I'll be
this is
I'm
making me
the bad
heated
guy
right
again.
now. This is making me fucking heated.
I'm going to be the bad guy because I should never have said this. If you are part of that commission, that referee should not be part of MMA right now at all. He needs training. If you want to keep him around, good. Keep him around. He shouldn't be in there with fighters because he is a detriment to their safety. He is someone that doesn't know what he's looking at, and that could happen in the next fight, and he's going to screw up again because he doesn't know what to look for. That, and then all I put when someone put it to me in is I just watched it and I went, oh my God, absolutely horrible. And it's a travesty that a fighter is put through that based upon the incompetence of an official put in there by a regulatory body that should be putting people that know what they're looking at. Horrible.
That his body, when he was in the triangle, he was in the triangle for so long.
Yeah, he's convulsing.
His body was convulsing because
spasming based upon
spasming because he'd been out for so long, for too long.
Yep. That's right.
And I'm going to be a little bit, I'm going to blame the ref 100%. I'm going to blame the corner commissioner another probably 98%.
100%. No, 100%. That's 100%. You have
when your corner
who knows the fighter more than the trainer, Josh?
Yeah, nobody. Maybe the wife. That's but then on top of that though, a little bit to the fighter, to the other fighter, to his opponent. Like you knew he was out. Like
how did you
know? You know these things.
You can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel their body go limp. I'm sorry, but I mean, this to me at the end of the day, it's a fucking sport. It's no more than a sport. And I know I say this a lot is in 10 years, no one's going to remember my name. No one's going to remember, really the things that you really did in the sport. They'll remember one or two things about you, but they're not really talking about it. No one's really, and I don't never want to see somebody get hurt like this in this situation. There may be lasting effects from him being choked out for that 40 seconds. And not only that, but then his arm is for sure got
effects on that elbow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There will be, I kid you not. Had that been one of my friends or somebody that I had trained with, I would have jumped the fence and kicked the ref right in the fucking head. I wouldn't even have thought about that. I would have jumped the fence, kicked the ref, and kicked the fighter off of him. It made me so mad. I'm watching that on Twitter yesterday, and I was
Sickening.
getting sick to my stomach.
It's like, what are you looking at? Stop the fight.
You could see from the angle that I could see the fucking guy was out.
No
and
shit.
the ref is like, oh, got his hands on his knees, like looking, like as if he's really trying to look and see. What are you looking at? The guy is out. There's no struggle in his face. There was no struggle in his face.
No, that's because he's unconscious.
He's asleep. I couldn't believe it. And then even when he switched to the armbar, his feet weren't moving. His body was limp.
But you'll finally see him come back because his knees, his feet come up and his feet go to the ground. His knees are bent, and he's back because he's feeling pain. You know, it's crazy.
If I'm that fighter, though, I really considered possibly suing the state. I'm being honest.
Right. You know,
because you are there to protect the fight. That's what the so-called the athletic commissions are supposed to be there for. No, they're not.
No, you're right. Health and safety of the fighter,
Health
supposedly.
and safety. Yeah.
And if you're putting somebody in there that is that remiss, how's that? Is that nice enough? If that remiss in their responsibilities and knowing what to be looking for.
That's stupid.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to be kind. For
I'm
once.
not. This is a serious thing. This is not. I'm not trying to
totally
sugarcoat someone's feelings.
If you are in that position where the commission puts somebody that is lacking in the knowledge and ability to actually do their job, and that affects your health and safety, I think you should be able to sue them.
I think they should. I think whoever that fighter is, it's Colin Oyama's.
And then on top of that, you have a freaking inspector that won't stop the fight when I'm the trainer and I'm telling you stop the fight. Crazy.
Sue him. I would sue the state. I would sue the commission and the state for that. Whatever. And I know the promotion has insurance because they have to have insurance to have a commission backed
has
promotion.
Nothing to do with the promotion.
Exactly. I mean,
promotion is not to blame here.
You don't know what like brain damage. You don't know what they could like down the line. What could potentially happen? You don't know because he was choked unconscious for so long, and the ref had no clue what he was doing. No clue.
Well, I know he's got an arm that's not going to work for a while.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to work for a while. But the ref, he was in there. I kid you not, John. This reminds me of I remember back in the day when we would have these fights at the fairgrounds and like there would be no ref, and so like someone from a local gym would jump in and they had no fucking clue what they're doing, but at least they knew when someone was choked out.
You thought
at least they knew when like someone's arm was about to be broken because they trained, because it was a guy from the local gym that trained jiu-jitsu. But I mean, I recall several times the guys that didn't really know what they were doing being out there trying to ref, and it's not an easy job. I'm not saying it is, but there was no struggle in his face. The angle, I had the same exact angle that ref had, and that ref was like down on his knees or down with his hands on his knees.
No excuse.
Acting as if like he knew what he was looking at, or he was looking really intensely at something. What were you looking at? The kid was fucking asleep.
Yep.
I was so mad watching this on Twitter yesterday. I wanted to jump through and fucking grab the ref by the back of the neck and just beat him to death. It was so upsetting. So upsetting. But if I'm that fighter,
it should never happen in our sport.
Yeah, it should never happen. And I believe I would think that he'd have a really good case to sue the state for just the incompetence of that ref and the commissioner who didn't stop the fight after the corner's telling you stop the fight. That is your job, by the way. If I turn to the commissioner because they tell you don't throw the towel in, let me know. Tell me you want to stop the fight, and I'll tell the ref inside the cage to stop the fight.
That's right.
But what are you doing?